Hello children, today our new lesson is lesson number 10, selection lesson. Here children, a collection of items can be separated into groups based on their common characteristics. How is that? Look at the first example here. You can see in a box there are some animals. So these animals can be separated into two groups mainly. One can be named as four-footed animals in the collection of these animals. And the other one can be named as two-footed animals in the collection of animals. See, in this example, I have shown you how to separate these animals into two groups. Usually in a circle or as a square, we need to draw or write the items or things. And also remember that we need to name the groups very specially. See the second one. You are given few numbers to be separated into two groups. How can we separate these numbers? Think a little. We have learnt about even numbers and odd numbers. What are even numbers? The numbers divisible by 2. And what are odd numbers? When we divide a number by 2, when 1 is remaining, that is called an odd number. So in this way, we can separate the even numbers and odd numbers out of these given numbers. And remember to put these numbers inside a circle or else a box. And also remember to name the groups very specially. Now children, see the third example there. How can we separate these into two groups? We can see that days of the weeks are there and also months of the years are also there. So in that way, we can separate these items. Now we will go to the fourth example, children. Look at the items given in the box. These items can be separated into two main groups as planets and towns in Sri Lanka. I hope that you can separate planets and towns in Sri Lanka like this. Next, in our fifth example, you can see clearly we can separate these items into two main groups as negative integers and positive integers. With the sign, you can identify what are negative integers and what are positive integers. Question number 6. You need to separate these items into three main groups. How is that? Earlier, we separated all the items into two main groups. But here you need to separate these into three main groups. See clearly, all these are months of the year. But very especially look at the first letter. We can see January, June, July. In these months, the first letter is J. And when we look at the months March and May, their first letter is M. And in the month of April and August, the first letter is A. In that way, you can separate these months into three groups. And down of these groups, you must write the names like this. In this example, children, you are given few numbers. How can we categorize these numbers into three groups? We can observe that, children, there are numbers with 1 digit and there are numbers with 2 digits and the numbers with 3 digits. By thinking like that, even you can separate these numbers. And also, if you have found another way of separating these items into three groups except this method, of course, you have the freedom to separate. Look at this example, children. Observe the numbers you are given here. You need to separate these numbers into three groups. How can we separate? See, you can take the whole number separately. And clearly, you can put the decimals into another group and the fraction into another group. So children, hope that you will be able to do the exercise 10.1 in your textbook.